All systems go. Clear for takeoff.
What's up, everybody? Big Marley 3 from SHIPIT Nation here to break down the Week 2 NFL Tiers Slate for you guys. Before we get into that, I want to mention that we have a 5-day trial over at SHIPITNation.com for only $19. You get to test out everything we offer except for our Discord. And if you get in there now, you get MMA tonight before all these NFL games start tomorrow. Once you sign up, you will get access to this 4-hour educational video from our guys, Tambo and Hoop. They're two of the best in the industry, and they're giving away all their secrets in this 4-hour video. Hoop talks about winning the Millie Maker last year, and Tambo crushes qualifiers and live finals, so he gives out his strategies in those, along with a bunch of other great information to help you become a better DFS player. Also, this show is sponsored by Drafters. I built 150 best ball teams on Drafters this year, and it was an awesome site to draft on. They also have weekly pick'em contests available for each sport. So go over there right now, sign up with promo code SHIPIT, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. They also have an NBA best ball contest out already that you can start drafting in right now. All right, let's jump into this Week 2 Tiers Slate. I always like to start with Tier 1 and Tier 5. That's where our quarterbacks are going to be. So I see who we have in those, and then I start clicking around on the other tiers and seeing what stack options are available. This week in Tier 1, Mahomes and Allen are our top projected plays. So those are going to be our cash game options this week. I really don't have too much of a lean between the two. And we don't have to worry about stacking in cash games either. I do like to stack in GPPs, though. So I will be looking to stack all four of these guys, whoever it is that I use, but I do expect Mahomes and Allen to be the chalk in that Tier 1. So we can go over and look to Goff or Trevor Lawrence if we want at lower ownership, and they're in good spots as well. So I'm probably going to be mixing in all of these guys, but I do prefer the top two options. Our stacking options for Mahomes, we have Kelsey, who will be back this week. Kelsey's in Tier 4. If I'm using Mahomes, I'm throwing Kelsey in there. Lawrence, we have Lawrence with Ridley in Tier 2. Ridley looked really good last week, like he never even left. Goff has Amon-Ra St. Brown in Tier 3. And Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs in Tier 2. I'll just be stacking up whichever quarterback I use. They also have run back options in other tiers that you can use as well. I don't force that, but I do like to throw it in if I think the game's going to be a shootout. In Tier 5, this is where we have multiple stack options with our quarterbacks. So this is where I like to mix in different plays and get a little bit different. Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields are two guys who don't have to be stacked because they can get there with their legs. I do prefer to stack personally in basically every lineup I create GPP-wise. And neither of them, Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields, they have no stack options available on any of these other tiers. They also didn't look very good last week. So I think I'm just going to fade those guys personally. I do think the ownership will come anyway. So I'll fade those guys and look to use these other guys who have stack options available. We have Herbert. Herbert has Keenan Allen in Tier 4. He's also got Mike Williams in Tier 8. He has run back options too. He's got Derrick Henry in Tier 3 and DeAndre Hopkins in Tier 6. If he ends up playing. If he doesn't end up playing, that'll probably limit me to the Henry. And I do like using Henry. Even if I'm not using Herbert, I like throwing him in mini stacks with a Keenan Allen or a Mike Williams. I just like building lineups that way. As much correlation as I can get with plays that make sense. All right, and then back to Tier 5. Our next one, Geno Smith. Geno has DK Metcalf in Tier 6. He's got Tyler Lockett in Tier 7. And he's also got Kenneth Walker in Tier 8, who can be stacked with Geno, or he could just be used as direct leverage off him if you're not using Geno Smith. Our next guy is Dak Prescott. Both of his guys are in tier 4. He's got CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard. I like using CeeDee Lamb if I'm using Dak. And then if I'm not using Dak, I like using Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's one of my favorite cash game options in that tier. Tough defense, but I just think he's going to have a great year being the workhorse for that team. They didn't even need him last week with all the defensive points they put up. All right, and then our last one, Joe Burrow. He did not look good last week, but I'm fine going back to him this week, especially in GPPs. He's got Jamar Chase in tier 3. He's also got T. Higgins in tier 7. I do think that tier 7 here is the toughest tier of the week. I might just end up using it for game stacks and mini stack options, but let me know in the comments below who your favorite play in tier 7 is. Burrow also has Joe Mixon in tier 6, who can be used as a contrarian stack option or just direct leverage off Burrow if you're not using Burrow in tier 5. And then once I get all my stacks figured out, half my lineup is already built for me. So that's one thing I like about tiers. Once you're done with that, with your stacks, just plug in the plays that you like the most. If you need projections or want to know how I am attacking each tier, just go over to SHIPIT.com, sign up for that 5-day trial. It'll get you everything that we offer except for the Discord. That 4-hour course alone is worth the $19. So go in there, test it all out. I think you guys will want to stick around afterwards. I will be back with an afternoon and a primetime slate breakdown. But if you guys can hit that like and subscribe button for us, it really helps out. Good luck in tiers this week. I hope we see some SHIPIT logos up top. But thank you for listening. Go win something, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.